The Newswatch 12's 21st annual Sportsmen and Outdoor Recreation Show started today with a different approach because of the pandemic.
Virtual sessions include everything from fishing to gun safety for kids and water safety provided by the Coast Guard Auxiliary. Newswatch 12's Ann Arsini spoke with the wildlife animal trainer Keith Bauer on his unique job description and his plans for this year's event.
So can we just start off by kind of explaining what your job is? What exactly do you do?
Well, when anybody wants an animal for a movie or a commercial or anything like that, they'll send us what they need the animal to do, and we'll go ahead and train them to do that particular behavior for the film or commercial, whatever it is.
What kind of animals do you have?
Right now, I've worked a Kodiak bear. He's about 1,000 pounds, 7.5 feet tall. So he's really nice bear.
Is he?
Yeah, and yeah, he's got the personality of a golden retriever.
Oh, that's so sweet. I have a golden. I grew up with golden, so that speaks right to my heart, and they are just gentle giants. Why isn't he here today? He should have done the interview with you.
You know, everybody asked me that, and he's nice enough to where he could have been. But, you know, it's just that time of the year to where he's a little slower, so we didn't want to wake him up too early.
Yeah, I mean, I get grumpy when I get woken up, so I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to do that to him. But your wild animals are always a big hit at the shows. What do you have planned for this year's show specifically?
Well, I am going to use Tag in the show, and I wanted to get the people to see the relationship that Tag and I have. I mean, I've had him since he was 3 months old. He grew up at my house for the first 6 months I had him. He played with my golden retriever. He played with my kids, you know, and the relationship is just something that if you're an animal trainer comes along maybe once or twice in a career, you know. So I wanted the people to see that, and then to have a question and answer type thing with the people so I could, you know, answer any questions that they might have about how we train or what he's done, that type of thing.
How long have you been training wild animals for?
Long time. It's 40 years.
Oh my goodness. What kind of animals have you had over the years?
I've trained bears, big cats, primates, cougars, you know, wolves. I've worked with wolves. I've worked with dogs when friends of mine need help. They'll call me as an extra pair of hands or something, you know, so it runs a pretty big gamut.
Yeah, definitely. Far more animals than I've trained in my life, that's for sure. And Tag is the bear, correct?
Right.
Where does he live?
He's in north of Los Angeles right now, but we're trying to, the man who owns him, I don't own any of the animals that I've trained. I just trained them. But there's one guy that owns them, and he's got a big, huge place up in Oregon now that he's building really nice enclosures and things for them. And hopefully at some point we'll be able to move up there.
Okay, do you know whereabouts that will be?
It's in southern Oregon. I don't really remember the name of the town, but it's somewhere around Grants Pass. That's all I know.
Oh, so super close to us. So I might have a chance to meet Tag in person.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
definitely.
That's really exciting. Well, that just adds to the excitement of this year's show and this event. What are some of the biggest challenges you face when trying to train wild animals? And I do have to ask this question. If you've seen Tiger King on Netflix, and kind of what has some of the reaction been towards you as a trainer since that film came out? Well,
whenever anything like that happens, it always comes back to us. Now, the guy who owns all the animals, Steve Martin is his name, he's been in this business for over 50 years, and he's never had any types of problems, safety problems on the set or anything like that. You know, little things will come up, but because we have the relationship with the animals and we've done it for so long, we know how to deal with it, and there's always a procedure. So when things like that come up, everybody puts us in the same category. It's just like all the animal rights people. We've invited them up to see what we do and everything. None of them have taken us up on the offer because, oh no, when we leave, then you'll change what you do and, you know, you'll pull out all of the things to force them to do what you want them to do. That's not the way training is. Training has evolved from the 30s when they did the Johnny Weissmuller Tarzan movies to now. And a lot positive reinforcement. We've learned that the animals are smarter than what they used to think. And there are different ways to motivate them in things. You know, me and Tag, we play a lot. We wrestle, and that's one of his favorite things to do. So in order to get him to do something, I might say, okay, you know, you give me this and then we'll play and we'll wrestle and things. He says, okay, yeah, that's what I want, you know.
Well, you can see Tag on the Newswatch 12 Sportsmen and Outdoor Recreation Show virtually starting today, going through Thursday, March 4th. If you don't get enough by next week, there's also an encore presentation available March 12th through the 13th, all online. You can find a link to join this year's virtual show on our website, kdrv.com. And be sure to stay with us. We'll be hearing from more show participants throughout the evening here on Newswatch 12.